Let's get it!
Hi everybody, I'm Becky Singleton and you're on Happy, Healthy, and Fit today. I first want to say thank you to all the people that were worried about us during this past week when we had the severe weather changes here in Houston. A lot of people up north, especially where I'm from, were like, what is going on? What's going on? How is it that people don't know? We don't have extreme weather the way we did. Obviously, climate change is going to prove us differently now, but it is really important that you understand that our houses aren't built to withstand minus temperatures. They're not set up that way. We don't have equipment to take away snow or put sand or salt on the grounds. That's why it was so difficult. And a lot of people didn't know. And even the news was giving false information about telling people not to run their sinks. And I kept telling people, run your water, drip it, drip it, drip it, because I knew that the water needs to move. And several people listened to the news people, and now they have pipes that have burst. Their homes were ruined. So understand in the future, I've listed it on my IG, some things not to do during a very cold spell, but please learn ahead of time if you know that you're going to be in a bad situation, what to do. My last episode shared a little bit of that. So I want to thank you. There are some organizations like the Houston Food Bank that are providing assistance for folks that need it. We're going to list that in the description box if you'd like to help. So here we go. We're going to get started today on Happy, Healthy, and Fit. Hi everybody, welcome to Happy, Healthy, and Fit. I want to talk today about depression. It's pretty obvious that a lot of people, because of weather, because of circumstances like we encountered last week here in Houston, and overall people are struggling through the pandemic and feeling forms of depression. And I want to talk to that not as a professional, because I am not a professional in psychology in any way, but I am a person who has struggled with depression. I have a child who struggles with depression, and so I'm going to talk about it from my perspective and how I was able to cope with overcoming some of those things when it comes to depression. So when I lived up north, I found that it was more seasonal depression because of the cold. Winters were so long and the lack of sunlight that I would always escape to California for 2 or 3 weeks just to get sunlight and warmth a few times a year, but especially in the winter. And so that helped. And also when I encountered personal situations that were difficult to overcome or challenging, I felt that I would slip into a depressive mode. And that's not unusual, especially when things are challenging in your life. You have to be really good to yourself and know that you can't be ashamed of that. Don't be ashamed. I encourage you not to do that because we all go through it, but there are different things that may help you. And one of the things I find that always helped me was exercise. And the endorphins help me manage it a little bit better. I have a situation where, we have a clinical depression diagnosis in my home, and that requires medication. And so that's not unusual to report this to your doctor so they can help you. There are medications that help you feel better, and so why not go ahead and try to do that for yourself if exercise or getting more sunlight aren't the options for you. I want to tell you, when I had an experience with a particular relationship, it took me into a deep depression. I mean, it was pretty harsh trying to overcome that. And one of the things I found that were helpful to me was to create a boundary with someone that I was married to, but I was very close to. We were like we knew each other when we were young, and it was hard to break that bond, right? And so I had to just really pray on it and just really dig deep on how I can overcome some of those depressive feelings when I was going through that breakup and dissolve of that marriage. Because it's easy to say, hey, we'll be friends and we'll be the. Listen, especially if there was extreme disappointment and things that happened that were devastating and harmful to you, they were harmful things. And so I had to extract myself by placing up boundaries and not allowing anybody to penetrate those boundaries. And if they did, I did not participate with that and set them straight. And over time, that it just dissolved. And happy to say that even today, that relationship I have is so much better because I put those boundaries up. They are in a good place. They are happy in a new life. And that's really what happens sometimes. You have to show people what you need, and you have to let them know that you're standing firm with what you need to do. So boundaries are very important. Also, when you're going through this, affirmations, I have a lot of affirmations around my home that tell me never, never, never give up, love you much, there's hope, belief. I have a lot of messages around my home that if I fall into that depression, you don't automatically think, let me look at an affirmation. That's not really what happens. You want to climb in the bed and stay there and have some tears or sadness. But have these things around you, they help. I also have a lot of pictures in my house, and there are people that I absolutely love. And so when I can look at their picture, it doesn't make me sad. It makes me happy, or I think of a time with them, and especially the little people in my life that I'm, godparents to, or friends of mine's children. And it's just, it makes me happy. I have friends that I miss, I don't get to see, and their pictures are up to remind me that it makes my heart warm. So put things around you that make you happy if you're feeling somewhat depressed. I did encounter some post-traumatic syndrome in my life, and it took me some professional help to overcome that. One was a relationship and one was a job situation that really put me in a severe crying, couldn't function, I couldn't work, I couldn't. And that was okay, because it came to a point through that professional help and talking with someone, I was able to overcome and be back to my old self and share these stories with you. It's important that. I know a lot of people always say you're so strong and you're, so alive. And it's not without challenges that I've had in my life. It's not without pain. It's not without, learning what I needed to learn. And so I share these stories with you in hopes that it'll help you in overcoming anything that you're going through with depression. And we all have it at times, some worse than others. And do not minimize it. Do not allow people to minimize it. If you have the surrounding of people that don't understand you or care for you, they may say things that are cruel, and they may do things that are cruel. You just need to put that boundary up and move them out of your space, because that is not what you need. You need a loving kindness. You need kind words. You need someone to understand, whenever you need me, I'm here. Let them know that you got their back. So, think about your surroundings. If there are people around you that are affecting this, please remove them. Yeah, it's very difficult to heal with toxicity in and around you. So I hope that really helped you. If you have any questions around, what we're talking about today, I'm going to put a couple links up on the description box for resources for you to go and gain some more information. So thank you so much. I appreciate you today, and I want to thank you and tell you to stay happy, healthy, and fit. I'm Becky Singleton, and I'm just like you.